I am the author of the book titled Promoting Positive Racial Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships. I am a graduate of Rowan University in business since 2008, over 22 years in education. I am a former math teacher. I am a former school-based administrator, as well as a central office administrator. I have authored over 15 books, invented 2 apps, and I have successfully facilitated over 42 workshops. And so one of the great things about the business that I am in is that I like the nice things that people have said about me. Now, Mr. Tom Coleman, who's the former superintendent of schools in the Woodstown Powell's Grove Public Schools, he stated Dr. Campbell did his part, and now all we have to do is run with it. Now, several of the teachers that were involved in the process of promoting positive racial teacher-student classroom relationships sent me a few communications. One teacher, who was a high school math teacher, she said there was meeting information that helped with student relationships. The biggest item was that most students who have discipline problems have poor grades. Several of my biggest offenders ended up classified as special needs and were removed. Those few that remained, I changed my way of thinking and tried to get them to be more successful academically, so their behavior would be less disruptive. Another teacher, he was a general education teacher. He said, I recently had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with a student. She was upset about the detention that I assigned for her earlier in the day. During our talk, it became clear to me that I had treated her unfairly. We were able to resolve our issues because we both had mutual respect for each other. When dealing with students, sometimes it's best to be quiet and just listen to what they're saying. That could mean more to them than any advice or instruction you have to share. And then there was a business teacher. Hello, Mr. Campbell. Just a note to let you know that I felt the Promoting Positive Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships group was a positive thing in our school. I personally wish more teachers were involved. And so then there's the president of the Hutchinson, Kansas NAACP, Mr. Darrell Pope. He said the Eliminate Classroom Racism seminar is comprehensive, informative, and should be required training for all schools. And so before I go into the program, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other services that I provide. I provide a supervisory skills transformation program, a workplace racial equity training program, cultural risk audit, an online diversity training course, and also teacher professional development. One of the products that I offer is the Ultimate Guide to Classroom Racism Management. Another product is Treasures of Racism of Hidden Racism in Education. Another product is Promoting Positive Racial Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships, Leadership Principles. And then another product is the Facilitator's Guide for the Promoting Positive Racial Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships Workshop. And so the School Leader Program has 4 primary learning outcomes. The participants, they learn leadership skills necessary to implement the Promoting Positive Racial Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships program. They also learn how to promote the Promoting Racial Relationships workshop. They learn to apply school leadership principles that improve teacher-student racial relationships. And then they also learn to incorporate strategies that enhance teacher leadership and increase student and parental involvement in such a way that eliminates the perception of racism in their school. And so the first part of the workshop is leadership. There's a skill evaluation, cultural analysis, and a disproportionate discipline evaluation. Secondly, there's participative management, which involves teacher leadership and student involvement. Thirdly, there's goal setting, which is leadership implementing planning and planning support processes. Finally, there's the workshop, the teacher workshop that you have to facilitate. And those 4 components include leadership, organizational transformation, cultural discourse, and planning development. And so the other thing I like about the program, that it aligns with the cultural diversity tenets that the National Education Association has outlined for programs such as mine. And those 5 tenets are valuing diversity, being culturally self-aware, dynamics of difference, knowledge of students' culture, and institutionalizing cultural knowledge and adapting to diversity. This program also encompasses the Danielson Framework in 4 specific, in 2 domains and 3 different categories. The first one is domain 2A, creating a culture of respect. The next one is domain 4C, communicating with families, and domain 4E, growing and developing professionally. And so you can contact me at my email at leeexterminator@racismexterminator.com. You can call me on the web or call me on the phone at 856-566-3267. You can also visit the website at racismexterminator.com. Have a great day, and thank you very much.